Hello, it's Chris from My Stamp Lady. I'm here with the Stitched All Around bundle. So you have this stamp set that has these sentiments here, friend, darling, and then, oh darling, you are fabulous, best wishes, so a little bit of everything. And then this is the coordinating die set, which is the Stitched Labels Framelits dies. And there are all kinds of different frames, and they have all this stitching built into them. And this one even just gives a little bit of embossing in the background, but they all have a little stitching element to them. So I'm going to use this bundle to show you how I put this card together. Now I have another sample afterwards using the same bundle and then the same paper. So this is the Share What You Love paper, and this paper is amazing. I love the Share What You Love paper package. Beside the colors being gorgeous and it having a little special element with the glimmer into it, they have a variety of prints and patterns and lots of colors. So you can go a lot of directions in the colors that you're using with this paper. So this is the paper I'm using. And I'm going to have another sample for you at the end with this paper and this bundle to show you how quick and easy you can make these cards. Dies are a part of pretty much every single card that I make, and these dies are no exception. I will also be using the layering circles dies for this. This is just a die set that's, a versatile set that's nice to have on hand. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the half a sheet of thick whisper white. I always use thick whisper white when I can for my card base. So if I want a white card base, I use the thick whisper white. It's a heavier cardstock. It's a nice weight for a base. And then I have a writing surface too. And then I have this piece of the Share What You Love paper, and I'm going to use this side here. I'm going to come back with a card showing you using this other side in the same bundle and how versatile that is. I have a piece of mint macaron that I'm going to use this die from the Stitched Shapes, and then the Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to cut this out with my Big Shot. Now I will also be stamping a Blackberry Bliss sentiment, and this is one of our new stamp pads for the 2018-2019 catalog, and it has the new style of opening that you just pick it up and slide it into place. It will get a little bit looser as you use it. So at first, when you first get it, it's pretty tight and it doesn't slide as easy. But as they get used, they do loosen up. So there's my sentiment, and I'm going to die cut that with that little layering circle die. So let's run these through the Big Shot. I saved some time by running all of these dies through at one time. Okay, so I've removed those pieces from their dies, and I have my background. I'm going to take a little bit of this liquid glue and just glue down my sentiment in the center of that Blackberry Bliss frame. Oops, moved on me a little bit. Move it back. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I am going to use, this is a piece of crumb cake. This folder, this is the dynamic folder, and it gives an amazing, very subtle texture. But in the catalog, if you look in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, it is very difficult to see what this does. But it just gives it a slight linen look. And with the dynamic folders, you need just the Big Shot platform and then the folder. The folder is so thick that you won't need an additional plate. You just need one of the acrylic plates, not two. So I'm going to run this through the Big Shot. And then this is what you get. I don't know if you can see that, really subtle. It gives it a linen look. It is very subtle, but it adds a lot without being overwhelming. And I know that that is going to be one of my embossing folders that I go to often, because you don't want that background to overpower your card, but you want it to have a little bit of texture, and that's what that particular folder does. It will be definitely one of those folders that I will be going to often to get that little bit of texture in there. Okay, so there is my piece of designer paper, and now I can just put down my label. This is that stitched label, and this is going to just serve as the background. And this is just a little different way to use this label. You don't have to use it to back a sentiment that's the full, takes up the full space. But I am going to show you a way that you can do that in just a moment here. with this fun set. I really do like the different ways that you can use this. Okay, and so here goes that crumb cake, that really subtle crumb cake piece. And then we'll just let that sit. This is a piece of the Blackberry Bliss twine. Okay, this is a heavier twine and it is solid, and you don't need to use it multiple wraps because it is a little thicker and has a little more bulk. But I'm just going to tie a simple bow right there. I want that tail a little bit longer, so I'm just adjusting that. Okay, so let's just trim up that. Okay, there we go. So now I can adjust where that goes. Let's see where I want to put, yeah, I think I'll move that over just a little bit. We're just going to pull that over just, there we go. Just wanted that a bit to the left there. These are mini dimensionals, and these are great for lift, and they're nice because they're a mini size, so you don't have to have those larger dimensionals always, or cut down your larger dimensionals. I really like the mini ones and I reach for them often. This is just going to pop my sentiment up over that twine, and then I don't have to worry about it looking stressed or like it's wrapped down over it. And I have a wonderful stitch label background with the mint macaron, and it highlights that sentiment, that thank you sentiment. And as I promised, so here's a similar card in the fact that I used a lot of the same products. So this is that same stamp set, and instead of the circles, I've pulled in the oval dies. The oval dies are also another one of my staples that I just love having in place. And this time I use this mint macaron piece as a background. I have that subtle embossing folder on this little flag here, or banner, and this is just the reverse side of this paper. This particular piece comes with this side and this side, and so I just use and shows a very different look that you can get with the same paper package. And then this opens up just the sideways, but it is also the thick Whisper White as a card base. So here are two different looks that you can get with the Stitched All Around bundle. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, Chris, at mystamplady.com. And all the supplies are available in my online store at shopwithmystamplady.com. Thanks so much for watching.